We have yet more turmoil for Rishi Sunak's government as the Home Secretary, James Cleverly, has now sacked the Chief Independent Inspector of Borders and Immigration. Now, this whole story is exposing both the incompetence and the chaotic situation inside the civil service and all the quangos and independent inspectors, but also the mess that is the Tory politicians, the Tory party in charge of the government. Now, nobody knows who's actually in charge. Is it the Prime Minister? Are the ministers of each department actually in charge? Or is it the permanent secretary, the senior civil servants of the departments? Or is it just any rogue civil servant or some sort of quango could just do whatever they want? The clash was basically because James Cleverly at the end decided to sack David Neil, who was the chief inspector of Borders and Immigration, because he decided to speak to journalists and media, specifically the Times, and he exposed certain things about the government and didn't end well. Yes, this comes after he said that high-risk passengers are being allowed in the UK without security checks on private jets. He also told Matt Datton from the Times that a quarter of foreign care workers are abusing the UK visa rules by working illegally in other industries. And that's why he spoke to the media to expose his findings in 15 reports which he submitted to the Home Office, but those reports were never published. Now, as we said, David Neil provided the Home Office data to the Daily Mail, which he obviously said that showed that UK Border Force failed to check passengers on hundreds of private jets arriving at City Airport. But the Home Office have come out to categorically reject these claims. And that's the main problem of the whole story. Because at this point, if you just sit here as a part of the electorate and the taxpayer of this country, you don't know anymore. Is it a whistleblowing situation? Is it telling the truth? Is the Home Office right to reject these claims? Or they're actually true and the Home Office are covering things up? Why did James Cleverly fire him? Well, it's just because he broke the rules by talking to the media? Or was it because of the things that he was exposing? The issue that we currently have is that the mainstream journalists, who are very much ready to get people like David Neil to go to them to expose certain things, right? You know, the actual findings. But obviously they have to check to see if it's legitimate or not. They never do their jobs afterwards. Right now, it's their job to go out there, investigate and scrutinize both sides. The politicians, our elected politicians, our ministers and prime minister, at the same time, the civil servants and all these faceless bureaucrats. We need to find out who's telling the truth, and we need to find out exactly who's in charge of this country. This is the main problem. We don't know who to complain to. Ministers, prime minister, senior civil servants, corporations, or maybe Klaus Schwab.